This or that. Would you rather Wednesday?
Wednesdays.
Would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go to the store, or always forget one thing that you need when you go to the store? It's,
So I think I've got a I think I've got an answer, and it may not be the popular answer. I don't know what the popular answer would be, but I would rather always leave something at the store, one thing out at the store that I needed that I didn't get.
Really?
Yes.
I figured you'd go the other way.
Ooh, interesting. Why was that? I'll let you explain, and then I'll explain.
Well, I don't know, but that is a lot, the 10 things.
It is.
And you don't want excess. But I'm looking at it like the inconvenience of having to go back. And so anything that saves you time.
Going to the store.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, I got these extra things, but I don't have to go back to the store. I don't have to spend more time at the store. I'm not more inconvenienced. That was my thought.
Right. So the one question there is, if you only go to the store for one thing, do you leave just without anything?
Yeah, I think so. You walk in, you wander around.
You forgot something in your room, so you go in there to get it, and then you go in there and you forgot what you were going to go get. And
yeah.
So you just come back in the other room.
And you come in the other room and you hope that going in the other room will like spark your memory again for why you went in there in the first place.
I think that part for sure would be very annoying, especially if it's the case where you don't really know that you always leave something. If you do, then you could like game it a little bit where you always made sure you had a large enough shopping list to where if you missed one of them, it probably wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you can put in that constraint in these kind of questions. So it would be definitely annoying. It would definitely be annoying to go to the store and come back with nothing, especially if you're like, oh shoot, I forgot that, and then you go back and then you come back with nothing, and then you're like, oh shoot, I needed that, and you go to the store and then you come back with nothing. It's just basically a huge loop.
Yeah, which is true anyway. Like, I mean, we all forget things at the store like that. That's all life is, just continually making lists to go to the store and get things that you need and then using them and going back.
That is true. That is the entirety of life in existence.
Sometimes that's what it feels like. It's just like
you basically simplified all of life and existence down into that simple sentence.
Well, I'm glad to do it. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I mean, we've achieved that here on this video.
It's I mean, like you said, it's one big loop. Right?
One big loop. So the other part that we haven't talked about yet, that wasn't really why I selected the other one, but the cost. Can you imagine paying for 10 extra items every time you go to the store?
But it depends on like what items we're talking about here. Like you got, well, did it say, 10 things you don't need, but maybe you could sell those things on eBay.
I would assume, let's go ahead and say they're like fungal cream, or like I don't know, like something obscure and weird, and potentially things that you wouldn't want to be selling to
True,
other people.
But my question also is, why did I pick those things up? I got 10 things I didn't need. It seems like they'd have to be like,
oh, I guess part of this is it only 10 things you didn't need, or is it potentially 10 things you didn't even want?
It just says need.
Okay.
I think it'd be. So it seems like it'd have to be things you wanted, right? Unless they just appear in your basket. You're like, ooh, bag of chocolate. Let me get that. I don't need it.
So let's assume there's stuff that you want. So I think the only two constraints and the two things that would make you not want to go that route are the cost and the space. So you're always bringing back things, and you're basically becoming a hoarder unless you're constantly just getting rid of these extra things. So it's either
like chocolate,
clean up or hoard.
Yeah, with the space I live in right now, that's just not practical.
Right.
10 things. 10 things I want but don't need every time I go to the store.
And let's assume that they're like varied in sizes as well. They're not always like, you can't say that, oh, I'll go get something that's like nail clippers.
Yeah. It's like I bought a grill.
Yeah. Oops, I accidentally bought a pool.
Yeah. Oh no, where am I going to put that? In my closet, I guess.
Apartment.
Yeah. I did once look into what it like if there was like a balcony hot tub. I was just curious. Nice. I was like, do they sell something like that where you can put a hot tub on a apartment balcony? And they actually do.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not gonna get it, but I thought it was interesting.
You want it.
I want it. Don't need it. Do I want it? Yeah, I want it.
So it's going to end up in your cart at some point.
Yes, it will. But I already live the life where I go to the store and forget something every time. So, it's not that bad, honestly, because I'm going to go back. And rarely is it anything that I absolutely can't live without, even if I needed it. So, I think
I would still lean towards the missing an item each time. And that basically is to reduce the clutter and to not have the clutter and the hoarding or the cleanup, which I don't think is going to be the popular answer on this one. What would you select?
I think I'm going to select the same one just because.
Whoa, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe it'd be different if I had a huge house and maybe made more money or had like more disposable income, but it's like, 10 things every time that I don't need. I don't know that I can afford that or should be doing that right now. So maybe it'll be different. Maybe we should revisit this 10 years from now. Maybe I'd be like,
okay,
let's get everything every time.
I'll set that internal clock and ask you again in 10 years.
Okay, perfect.